or welcome back to the Embeemakes knitting channel. My name is Melissa and I'm the maker behind Embeemakes here on YouTube, on Ravelry and on Instagram. I'm back with a regular podcast episode. It's been a month again, so I've made quite a bit of progress on the whips I've been working on. I have a few finished objects even, and a new cast on. And also some yarn acquisitions to show you at the end of this video. I also have a little announcement at the end of the video for something that's coming in March over on my Instagram. So stay tuned if you want to know more. So first off, you can probably already see it, but I'm wearing something new today. And this is my finished Lanark sweater by the Creabea. I finished this test knit, I think a week ago now, and yeah, I've been enjoying wearing it already. This is really something that I'm very proud of because installing this zipper was not the easiest, and it's something that I've never done before. I've worked with zippers in sewing already, but not hand sewing it into a knitted garment. So yeah, I will pop in some footage of me wearing this piece. But yeah, I really love the color, also the color. It's really cozy. I can zip it up to the top if I'm cold and outside. So it's perfect if I'm not wearing a scarf. This covers up my neck really nicely. Yeah, I won't show it now because I have my microphone here. But yeah, I really love the look of this and the color and the yarn. I have one skein of yarn left. I've used West Yorkshire Spinners Blue Face Leicester Fleece in their DK. And this is a beautiful British wool, 225 meters per 100 gram skein. And this is in the color Berry. And yeah, as you can see, it's a stunning Bordeaux burgundy red with a little bit of a pink hue color. And it matches my nails perfectly. And I also love that. So yeah, I had 6 skeins of this yarn, but I only used 5. But I did use the very last bit of the 5 skeins. I just didn't have to dip into the 6th skein. I did shorten the cuffs and the bottom ribbing. I did 4 centimeters instead of 6, I believe, on the sleeves and the bottom ribbing. Because yeah, I don't mind if the ribbing is a little bit shorter. You have a big piece of ribbing here for the neck collar. But for the sleeves, yeah, I don't mind if it's shorter. The sleeves are a really nice long length. I can pull them over my hands a little bit if I'm cold, and it's not like pulling strangely on the rest of the garment. This is a drop shoulder, half zip or quarter zip sweater, and it's knit from the top down. The pattern already existed in a half fisherman's rib version. But now it's also available in a stockinette version for both feminine and masculine fit. So if you're more broad-shouldered or knitting this for a male, then you can knit the masculine size. And yeah, like me, I knit the feminine size for myself, and I knit this size 5. So 5 skeins of 100 grams for the size 5. I've knitted on the recommended 4mm needles. I'm at gauge. And yeah, it's a nice oversized sweater. Just the perfect amount of oversized. The body is oversized, but the sleeves are more fitted and tapered. And I really like that. Yeah, it's just the perfect cozy sweater. Perfect for the weather we're having currently. It's like very grey, gloomy, not very warm. So perfect if I want to go outside. I can just zip it up all the way, put on my coat and be good. And yeah, for inside it's nice to have it open like this. Yeah, I like to wear it with a matching shirt underneath from Uniqlo. So yeah, that's my Lanark. So you can get the pattern from the Creabea over on Ravelry or her website. And yeah, the pattern includes the 4 different options. So a stockinette in both feminine and a male fit, and also the half fisherman's rib is included in that same pattern. You're getting 4 for the price of 1, which I think is a great deal. And yeah, her pattern writing is really good. It's a very clear pattern. Really, the most difficult part for me was installing the zipper. It's not really difficult. It's just that you have to pay attention really well and go very slow. But yeah, I think it turned out great for my very first zipper. So if you feel up to it, definitely give it a try. This is not the only finished object of this month. I also finished my mom's Santorini socks, but I don't have them with me anymore because I already gifted them right away when they were finished. So I will pop in a picture here. I've knit quite a few of those socks already, and yeah, my mom likes them a lot, so I've knit her another pair. This might become a annual tradition of knitting her a pair of Santorini socks because she really likes to wear those in winter. But those are not the only socks I finished this month. I also finished these socks, which are the Eggs for Easter socks by Stoneknits. And when I say finished, I mean I finished knitting them. I had just the toe left on the second sock, but yeah, I finished the knitting part of that, and I woven in all my ends and gave them a block. But as you can see, I'm still missing some color here on the beak, and you need to duplicate stitch that onto the sock. And I've not done that yet, but I have worn these socks already. I don't know when I will do that. I need to watch a video because I have not done any duplicate stitch before, and I don't want to mess up these socks. So I will look for a video on YouTube here and probably try it out on some swatch maybe first to see how that works. But that's then another technique that I've tried. So I'm curious to know how that will go. But for now, I count these socks as finished. These socks are also part of the Navy Cal organized by Nestled Knits and Enso Knits over on Instagram. Because yeah, they're navy socks. The main color of these are navy, like the pattern example from Stoneknits. I really like the look of it, so I knit it in the same color. And I hadn't knit anything navy before, so yeah, these are my first navy socks or my first navy pattern. But I also have something else navy on my needles, which I will talk about in a second. The yarn I used was Filcolana Arvetta for all 4 of these colors. And yeah, it's a great sock yarn, feels really nice, and yeah, it blocks out nicely, great for color work. So yeah, a lovely pair of socks ready for Easter this year. And then let's chat about my other navy knit, which is something that I've been wanting to knit for a long while, and I've had yarn for in my stash. I talked about this in my previous podcast already. I had just cast it on, and now I have made some good progress. I'm on to the second ball of yarn already. This is the beautiful yarn. This is by Lexton's Sheeps of Decay in the navy color. And yeah, I think this is stunning. It will be great to have this color in my wardrobe. And what I've knit with it is, or what I'm knitting with it is an Eva cardigan by Petiteknit. Again, the sample from Petiteknit is also in a navy color, and I really like the look of that. And I also really wanted a navy cardigan in my wardrobe, so I thought, well, why not knit that exact one? I'm knitting the size medium, which will give me slightly less positive ease, but it will still be roomy enough. I really like the way you knit this, the shoulder detail here. So this is a contiguous construction. I've also knit this construction for the Lyon sweater, also by Petiteknit. And I think it's the same construction for the poppy tee, again by Petiteknit. I really like the fit of this construction, even though I've not worn my Lyon sweater that much, because it's slightly too short. But yeah, I really like the fit of this, and the way you construct this is very fun to knit. And yeah, I'm now working raglan increases, and then I hopefully split for sleeves soon and I can work on the body. So as I said, I'm on my second skein of yarn. I have 5 skeins of this, but yeah, since I've knit an entire zippered sweater with a double folded collar with 5 skeins of DK weight yarn, I think this will be enough yarn to knit this cardigan as well. It has some nice 2x2 ribbed details on the cuffs and the bottom band. And yeah, I really want this cardigan in my wardrobe. I think it will be great year round, and it will go with a lot of the clothes I have already in my wardrobe. Excited for this cardigan. Then one of the projects I've picked back up again since finishing my Lanark sweater is this beautiful piece, my Courage Henley by Tori Yu. This has a really lovely construction again. This is a saddle shoulder design, where you can see the saddle parts are just straight rectangles, which you knit first, and you can also use these as your gauge swatch, which I did. I gave them a steam block to check my gauge. I'm using a cone of British wool by Woolly Knit, held together with a strand of Alpaca Superlight by Lang Yarns, which is a mohair alternative. So it's an alpaca fluff, and both of them held together create this lovely fabric. Really lovely. You have the neck opening here, where I will add the button plackets and some lovely buttons that I already have in my stash. I need to knit a bit more on the body before I can do the ribbing, but not too much, I think about 5 centimeters or something. And then I can start the ribbing, and then I will pick up a sleeve. You have these stitches on hold here at the saddle shoulder, which I think will create a really nice look on the sleeve. And then in the pattern you also have these interesting decreases on the forearm before going into the cuff ribbing. So yeah, I think this will be a great piece to have this spring. I cast this on, I think, a year ago. So it would be great to have this done in the coming month and a half. So I can still wear it a bit before it gets too warm to wear something this fuzzy. But it's a very lightweight sweater, so I think it will be very lovely for spring. Then I also have a lovely new cast on, which is also knit in a DK weight yarn. So I'm again using 4mm needles. I bought an extra pair because I think most of my garment knits are on 4mm needles, which is my preferred needle size, and also it creates a fabric that is really wearable in my climate here in Belgium. So yeah, let's talk about my new cast on. First I will show you the beautiful yarn. And as you know, or you may not know, I really love green. So yeah, I needed another green knit on my needles. And this yarn is John Arbon Textiles, knit by Numbers DK. And this is a blend of blue-faced Leicester and Falkland Merino. And the yarn has 233 meters per 100 grams. And I have 3 skeins of this yarn. I again bought this yarn in London. And yeah, it's really lovely, very soft. And so with these 3 skeins, I want to make a slipover. So I've cast on the Hana slipover by the Knit Purl Girl. I really like knitting the Knit Purl Girl patterns. They're very clear and I really like the design of this very simple stockinette slipover with an interesting shoulder detail that you start off with. And yeah, I've done the first part already, so like a tiny bit of the back panel and then the shoulder increases and a little bit of the front. So I think now I need to put some stitches on hold and then continue on the front part. So yeah, not much yet, but I really like the fabric. It's really soft. It's a beautiful shade of green with a lot of depth into it. It's not a flat color. I really like this. And yeah, I'm knitting a size G, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will put it here. But definitely, if you want to know more about my whips, you can go check out my Ravelry, where I have more details on the project pages for each of these. Yeah, I'm kind of rushing through this project, but I've not got too much to say about these. But yeah, let's just continue. I spent most of my time this month on my Lanark sweater, as this was a test knit, so I've made a bit of progress here and there. And since finishing my mom's Santorini socks and my eggs for Easter socks, I worked on another sock again. I started this on my honeymoon in October, and it's this beautiful vanilla sock. I'm knitting it with the Mindful Creators hand-dyed yarn from one of her book clubs. I think this is the one from August, and this is a super pretty, very colorful and cute yarn. This also had a mini skein, which I used for the heel, and I think I might use for the toe. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, this is a simple shorty sock that I'm knitting, just self-drafting it. I did a 2x1 rib on the cuff, did a round of purls, and then knit a short length for the leg, because I think this is a very cute spring sock in this color, so I thought a shorter leg would be good. I did a heel flap and gusset, and now, well, I did a heel flap, and now I'm knitting on the gusset decreases, and then I can just continue for the foot and knit the toe. So yeah, this is a perfect sock to take on the go with me, perfect for some train knitting. And this is the beautiful skein of yarn, well, ball of yarn. So yeah, slowly progressing on this whip. And then another sock I've been making some progress on again. I will first show you one of the finished socks. This is another self-drafted sock. I found this texture on Pinterest, and I thought it would be lovely to try it out on a sock, since this is just a small project, and yeah, it's fairly simple repeat that I can remember easily, and I just applied it to a regular, I think 60 stitch count, and did a 1x1 rib, a heel flap and gusset, and I kept the bottom stockinette, and the texture continues on the top. So yeah, I think this is a really lovely sock, but this has been a single sock for a while, so I've worked on the second sock now. I had started ribbing, but now I've done a bit of the texture for the leg. And yeah, this is Retrosaria Mondim, which is a beautiful, beautiful sock yarn. It feels really nice to work with. It has a bit of stretch. And yeah, I really love this color green. I think it goes great with the texture of this sock. So yeah, I think this is a really cute sock. It fits really well. So yeah, I really should make progress on this so I can wear these socks. And these are in this super cute project bag by Door mij met liefde. I have quite a few of her project bags and yeah, they're great. I will link it below. So those were all my finished objects and whips I wanted to talk about from this month. And now let's get into acquisitions. I went to the Breibellie at the beginning of February. So of course I had to get some beautiful yarns. I went to the Mindful Creator booth right away when we arrived. And yeah, I went with my sister again this year. And she had the new collection with her, so I already purchased a few skeins from that. The first one is a skein of sock yarn. And this is the color Daybreak, which I thought was a stunning color for a sock. But I will chat about this in a second. And then I also got the color Lullaby on the Heavenly Alpaca, which is like a super drapey, crazy soft alpaca yarn. It also has some silk in it. And yeah, this is just gorgeous, gorgeous color and yarn. And I also pre-ordered this color in her DK base because she didn't have enough of that at the booth. Because I want to make a sweater in this color. This is not the same color as my Courage Henley. I think we can put this side by side. You see, this is a lot more blue and then this is a lot more green. So yeah, I really love this color for spring. And yeah, I will make something with this, I don't know yet. Maybe some kind of tiny scarf or use it together with another yarn for a bigger project. But yeah, beautiful color. And so what I want to make with this one is a pair of sunflower socks by Stoneknits again. And I also purchased the sunflower colors, not at the Breibellie, but at my local yarn store, Twolhuis. And yeah, I thought these colors were perfect. For sunflowers, you can see the yellow, the brown and the green for the stems. And then you can imagine this as the background color, being like the sky behind the sunflowers. I really think this will be so beautiful. I don't know when I will cast this on, probably closer to summer, because that's the season for sunflowers. But I think, yeah, they will be so, so beautiful. And then another yarn I got at Twolhuis was this Filcolana Tilia in this beautiful purple color. And I think I got 8 skeins of this to make potentially some kind of mohair blouse with long sleeves. I will be making a cumulus blouse already in some green knitting for olive yarn. But I think, I can't remember the name of the pattern right now, but I will pop in the pattern name and the picture here of what I want to make with this. And you hold 2 strands together, I think. So I got the amount of yarn for that. It will be a airy blouse pattern in, yeah, I think this beautiful purple. My sister helped pick this out for me. Yeah, I think it will be beautiful. And then I also bought some more buttons at the Breibellie. These cute light purpley ones. No project yet in mind for this. And also these ones, which are kind of tortoiseshell-esque. Also, no project specifically for these buttons yet, but I think it will go with a lot of things. So before we end this podcast episode, I want to tell you that I will be doing Me Made March again this year. I did it last year. I know that Me Made May is something in the sewing community where you wear something Me Made every day in May. But for knitters, the month of May is like already a warmer month if you're in the northern hemisphere like I am. And yeah, I'm not wearing my cozy knits anymore at that time. So I thought, well, Me Made March would be perfect to still wear your warmer knits at the beginning of March where it still can get pretty cold, but towards the end of the month you can have those warmer days already where you can wear a knitted t-shirt or like a lightweight cardigan. So yeah, I will be doing that again. I will be wearing my knits every day of March. I will be sharing on my Instagram stories and probably also in my feed. And if you want to participate, yeah, definitely join me in that. I will create the hashtag MeMadeMarch 2026. You can use it as well. You can tag me if you want, and so I can see what you're wearing in March. And yeah, I think it will be lovely if we all wear our knits every day in March. So that's it for this month's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to wish you happy knitting. Bye!